my block 1 in the Mississippi River Valley Vineyard. These grapes, this is their second year. I just planted these last year. Like I was saying before, the first year all I did was amend the soil. And I may have over nutriented. I don't know, everybody thinks I did, but I did 2 different independent soil samples, and they came back and said that I was low on certain nutrients for grapes. And never having grown grapes, I took their recommendation and amended the soil that first year. Worked it all into the ground, and then the following summer I planted the grapes. And I'm not sure how many varieties we have in this block, but you can see this is just their second year, and as much vegetation as that's here now, I've probably trimmed that much off. These things are doing great. I snuck some in on the end here, but I mean, the first year I grew roots. This year on this block, I'm just allowing them to grow, and so that I have a lot of canes laid out that I can pick from when I do my pruning this winter. This winter, these already have these T-posts. This is a Geneva double curtain system. I've got the top single wire that I used with this twine that's biodegradable to help them climb up to there, and that's where I trimmed them off last winter. And then they did this over the summer. And now this winter when I prune them, I will establish cordons that will come 4 feet each way on both outside wires. And then I'll cut them off, and the same thing with the next plants. So they're 8 feet apart, so they'll come 4 feet, they'll stop right at each other. Now anything that's not pencil thickness or too small, I'll cut that off because I don't have to worry. It's going to grow back. It's going to fill out the trellis. More than likely, they'll all fill out the trellis. Now, I have pulled off over 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 bunches of grapes this year because these are only 2-year-old plants. Well, they're not even 2 years old. This is the second year. I don't want grapes on them. I wanted to grow vines, but they just keep doing this. I keep getting all these grapes. These will never ripen up. These have only been growing here for a month. They came on late. They're not the ones. So I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna leave them on there because I don't need the vigor. Oh, you can see this here. This is another thing you got to watch out for a lot. These tendrils will wrap around themselves. Now this one's just on a leaf and it's no big deal, but they'll wrap around themselves and kill their own plant. Now this is 2,4-D damage. There's nothing I can do about it. It could have happened. Somebody sprayed their yard miles away from me, but that's what that is. 2,4-D damage. I don't have it that bad, but if I did, it would be a real problem. It would stop my grapes from ever ripening. Of course, this year, the only grapes I have are accidental bunches that I missed and didn't get picked off. And there are a lot of them out there. But next year will be their 3rd year. And normally 3rd-year grapevines, you crop maybe 50% because they're not big enough to crop 100%. But you can see with this vigor, next year, I'm gonna go ahead and crop them full. So I got 204 plants in block 1 here. I'll maybe get 2 tons of grapes out of here next year, which it's just great. I don't have any diseases, although I do spray. I'm not an organic grower. I believe in science. I spray fungicides. You can tell I spray herbicides. I don't want these grapes having to compete for nutrients. I spray insecticides only when I have to with the insecticides. The only bugs that I have to worry about here so far this year have been Japanese beetles, but I only sprayed for them 1 time. I have so much vigor. I let them Japanese beetles eat all they want. It's not going to hurt anything here. I got enough leaves. You only need 15 to 20 leaves to ripen a bunch of grapes. I've got plenty of that. That's not going to be an issue. But next year when I start having grapes, I'll have a lot more bugs to worry about. Grapeberry moth. I've got sawflies here. This looks like a bug right here. That could be powdery mildew. The funguses are going to be a problem for me. Powdery mildew, downy mildew, botrytis, Phomopsis, there will be lots of diseases, and I will have to be more on top of my spray program next year. I have a really nice orchard sprayer, and they say you have to spray like every 10 to 14 days. Well, it's every 10 days, 7 to 10 days. This stuff doesn't last as long as they say it does. They're trying to sell you this stuff, but they're like, oh, this is good. It lasts 10 to 14 days. No, it don't. If it did, I wouldn't have any signs of powdery mildew or nothing, because I sprayed all summer long. But I'll be better about it next year. I'm new at this, and I'm just learning from my friend who grows grapes. He's taught me everything, and I watch Fritz Westover, Viticulture Academy on YouTube. Fritz knows his stuff, I think. Anyways, you can tell looking at this that these get caught in my mower. So I've been coming along and clipping them off so that the wheels of the mower don't grab a hold of and pull vines down. That's happened a lot. When you set up your vineyard, you want to make sure that you've got room for your tractor to drive between here. These are 10-foot rows, but these Geneva double curtain T-posts bring it both over, so I only got 8 feet. When I drive my tractor through here, it's got a cab on it. You got to have a cab if you're going to be spraying, because that stuff's nasty. I've got this much room on each side. You got to be on your toes. I spray in the middle of the night when there's no wind. My neighbor raises bees. It's never been a problem. The bees are in the hive in the middle of the night. But look at this stuff right here. See this? This is only a 2-year-old plant. I'll be cutting this off. This is a bowl cane. It's got a nice round shape to it, but the distance between these two nodes is too far. I won't have enough grapes. This will be cut off this winter. I've got enough canes on here to pick from to run my cordons that I don't have to keep bowl canes. They'll be gone. I'll get rid of them. But this will also all be opened up next year. You can't really tell it now because there's a lot of stuff here in the middle, but next year when I have my cordons out here, they'll all be laid out like this. The cordons will be running, stuff will be coming down the outside. This will be open to the sky right here. So I'll get sun and wind through the middle. It'll almost be like 2 rows instead of 1 row. And the guy that developed the Geneva double curtain system, Nelson Shawless from Cornell University in Geneva, New York, he made a comment one time that I heard secondhand that it's not a Geneva double curtain system without combing. In other words, if I allow the center line to get foliage and stay there, then I'm defeating the entire purpose of the GDC system. But I want the GDC system because you get twice the amount of grapes off of it. If you don't have the ground to support that type of a system, don't do it, because you'll just devigorate your vines and you'll get nothing. But obviously I do have the ground, and I've been really lucky. Look at this right here, Terry. These are Concord grapes. A bunch that I missed. I should have picked those off and got rid of them. Now you can tell this one's starting to get soft. I'll check the bricks on it. They're in veraison right now. Some of them are turning purple and kind of purple, but no diseases on them, and it is getting soft. You can eat them and tell by the way they taste if they're ripe, and the seed on the inside should be a dark brown when it's ripe. But I'll also wait. Each variety has a different Brix level. That's the amount of sugar in it. You check the Brix level and the pH, and that tells you when to pick them. Not that I couldn't pick this right now and eat it, and it'd be great. I know it is because I have, but I want that particular pH and Brix level because I'm going to use these to make wine. Now, with Concords, you hear all these people saying, oh, you don't make wine from Concord grapes, do you? Well, yeah, I do. I mean, let's face it, the popularity of Welch's grape juice, if you ain't making wine from Concords, you might as well not be making wine. But I've also learned another thing. The process of winemaking is the yeast eats the sugar and turns it into alcohol. Now, I really don't want to turn a great tasting grape into alcohol. So I'll make wine from other grapes and then I'll back flavor it with this juice. Anyways, this is my block one, and I couldn't be happier. I see all these pictures on YouTube and everybody's like, well, these are only a year old. This is their 2nd year. Yeah, this is their 2nd year. It's crazy. We just have a good area for grapes, I guess.